When people think of the Women's Land Army, they usually think about the 80,000 or so soil Cinderellas during the Second World War working on farmland across the country. However, the Women's Land Army actually originates from the First World War and were formed in 1917 owing to the shortage of manpower caused by recruitment. The Women's Land Army of the First World War incorporated the Forage Corps and the Women's Forestry Corps. And so for today's HutVent, we've got some incredibly rare items of uniform. And unfortunately, we don't know who they belong to, but they are original First World War Women's Land Army garments. So this lightweight smock and breeches were the standard uniform for the First World War land girls. And actually you can see on the breeches here, they've been quite heavily repaired, and I suspect that actually they weren't that hard wearing considering the type of work that they were doing. And they were often worn with leather leggings, or you had the option of puttees and boots instead, and you'd always have the wide brim felt hat as well. And that was really the land girls' opportunity to add a bit of flair to what they were wearing. So you'd often see in photos, you've got some of the brims turned up to one side or sort of pulled down at a jaunty angle. So this corduroy coat here was one of many types that could be purchased by the land girls, and it wasn't part of the official uniform, but they were made by manufacturers and could be purchased privately, and they were fantastic at keeping the worst of the elements out when you were working out in the fields. By 1918, over 23,000 women were working in agriculture, forage and forestry, increasing food production for the country and releasing thousands of men to the front line. The Great War Women's Land Army finally wound up in 1919, but I think you'll agree that their story is just as important today.